friends, welcome to my channel. So in the today's lecture, we are going to discuss some more things about process synchronization. Okay, so this is my second video of process synchronization. Before watching this video, watch my last video of process synchronization. Okay, so in the last video we discussed that when multiple user requests want to access the same variable. Okay, when multiple users want to access the same variable or same file, okay, then we really have a problem. Okay, if you have watched my last video, we really have a problem in executing multiple requests parallelly if they all are working on the same shared variable. Okay, so we want to get rid of this problem. Okay, in the last video we discussed that we were not getting consistency in the total number of subscribers. Okay, how to make coordination among multiple user requests. So what set of conditions we can use if we want to avoid the problems that occur because of concurrent execution of multiple user requests. Okay, so this variable, this is a shared variable. Okay, this variable is critical. Okay, if all of the users are working on this variable in their own way. Okay, if multiple user requests are going to work on this variable in their own way, then we will get the value of this variable inconsistent. Okay, so this variable is really very critical. Okay, so we want to avoid the concurrency problem. Okay, what we will be doing? We have a critical section. Okay, whatever is your shared variable. Okay, whatever is your shared variable, we will be keeping that shared variable in a critical section. Okay, many users want to access this variable. So this variable is my critical section. Okay, before this critical section, I will be having entry section. Okay, I will be having entry section, and after this variable, after this critical section, we have a exit section. Okay, before this critical section, we have a entry section, and after this critical section, we have a exit section. Okay, we will be writing some of the conditions in the entry section. Okay, because we don't want all the processes to access this variable. We want to limit that how many number of processes can access this variable. How we can stop multiple requests to enter the critical section or to access this shared variable. Okay, we are imposing some conditions in the entry section. Okay, each and every user request which is going to access this variable, first of all, that user request has to fulfill the condition of the entry section. If your user request is able to fulfill the condition of the entry section, only then your user request can access access the variable. Otherwise, your user request cannot access the variable. Okay, so with the help of this entry section, you are controlling that how many number of user requests can access the shared variable. Okay, so that's why entry section is important. If you are going to give the GATE exam, okay, if you are going to give GATE exam before going to the hall, okay, what you have to do in the entry section, they will firstly check your ID card or they will check your GATE admit card. Okay, if that gets matched, only then you will be entering in the hall. Okay, otherwise they will not allow to enter into the hall. So same condition is here. With the help of entry section, we are limiting that how many number of users can access this variable. Okay, and let's suppose you are imposing your condition in such a way that only one process can access this variable at a time. Only one user request can access this variable at a time. Okay, so firstly you will be checking the entry condition. So first of all, you will be checking the entry section. Okay, if there is no request accessing the variable, so you will allow that request to access this variable. Okay, now your one process is accessing the variable. Now you will not let any other request to enter into this critical section to access this variable. So your that request is going to stuck here. Okay, that request is going to stuck at the entry section. Okay, once your one request has accessed the variable, whatever operations your request wanted to do, it has done everything. Now it is going to go to the exit section. Okay, exit section means now I am terminating. Okay, exit section means now you are allowing other requests to access this variable. Okay, when one request was accessing the variable, you were stopping other process to access this variable. Okay, after it has completely executed, now you are letting other process to access this variable. Okay, so with the help of entry and exit section, we are controlling the user requests. Okay, we are controlling the access of this variable by the user requests. Okay, so we should have to design some of the algorithms that how we can maintain coordination among many processes requesting for the same variable. Okay, so if you are going to make any algorithm, first of all we should have some criteria. We should have some parameters that how you will be designing your algorithm. What is your requirement? What you want your algorithm to do? Okay, so if you have to design any algorithm for process synchronization, you should meet some criteria. Okay, let me show you what criteria we should follow. So, the first condition your algorithm should follow is mutual exclusion. Okay, mutual exclusion. Mutual exclusion means at a one particular point of time, only one user request can access the variable. We should design our entry section in such a way that at a one point of time, your only one request is going to enter into the critical section. Okay, if any other user request try to enter into the critical section or try to access the shared variable, Okay, only one user request is going to access your variable. Okay, if you allow multiple user requests to access the same variable, then we will get the inconsistent result. We will not get our exact output of the variable. We will not get definite answer. We will not get definite result. So we have to avoid. Okay, if there is any shared variable present, it is better if you allow only one user request to access that variable at a one particular point of time. Okay, so this is the first condition which your algorithm should meet. If you are going to design your algorithm for process synchronization, then that algorithm should fulfill the condition of mutual exclusion. Okay, second condition we have is progress. Okay, what is the meaning of progress? Progress means each and every user request should run independently. Okay, each and every user request should run independently. There should not be any dependency among the user requests. Okay, you should not design your algorithm in such a way that firstly you will force that user 1 request has to be executed. Okay, once user 1 request has been executed, now you will be executing user 2. Okay, we should not have any dependency among the requests of the user. Each and every request should be independent. If your user doesn't want to enter into the critical section, we shouldn't force it to enter into the critical section. Okay, each and every user request is independent. Okay, each and every user request has independence of execution. Whenever they want to execute, they will be executing. Okay, we shouldn't force them that you now execute. Okay, they are completely independent. Okay, next the third condition we have is bounded waiting. What is the meaning of bounded waiting? Bounded waiting means, we are running many requests at the same time. We are running many requests parallelly. Okay, we should give chance to all the user requests as fast as possible. Okay, it is not that your user requests are going to wait for a long period of time. Okay, it shouldn't be like this that your user requests are waiting infinitely. There should be some foundation that after this much time your request will be processed. Your user requests shouldn't wait indefinitely. Okay, there should be some time that after this much time you will be given chance to execute. Okay, bounded waiting means each and every process should be given chance of execution. Okay, so if we are going to design any algorithm for process synchronization, then we should consider these points in your algorithm. These conditions we should follow in your algorithm if you want your algorithm to perform good. Okay, these are the basic conditions. So I hope that you are clear with process synchronization. If you have any query, I have mentioned my email ID in the description box. You can contact me on that email ID. So if you like my video, please like, share and subscribe my channel.